16 seasons he's been calling it like he sees it, and that's how we like it around here. Please welcome back Dr. Phil McGraw. Dr. Phil.
Listening to you guys today, I feel like a pansy.
Well, you look kind of flowery.
Yeah, well, that's good.
All right, so letting it go, we talked earlier about all the stuff that Kanye's been tweeting, and folks are very concerned, you know, what's wrong with Kanye? I said maybe he just likes them, or maybe he just likes Trump.
What do you think?
Well, I know he lost 9.2 million followers in 7 minutes when he posted that hat. 9.2 million. So some people disagree with him. Mm-hmm. You know, you never know about him because he puts things up just for effect sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't.
Selling it out.
Maybe
Yeah, you don't know whether it's a stunt or whether he really thinks that or not. But you know, a lot of people follow him and pay attention to him. That's a dangerous game to play because he could be influencing people, and if it's insincere, I would think that's not a good thing to do.
But there are people saying that it's signs of a mental breakdown.
Well,
which always makes me
Trump or
nervous
Kanye?
that you're Kanye. It always makes me nervous when people are trying to diagnose folks with mental illness. I don't know that that's fair.
yeah, it's not fair, and until you really.
And it's on Twitter, so it really shouldn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, and you don't even know that he wrote it or it was a publicist or somebody. You really don't know, so you certainly can't diagnose something like that. But it certainly seems erratic. Whoever's writing it, it seems erratic, right?
Well, Kim came out saying that she didn't think that it's unfair for the media to say he has mental illness. And
Well, right. I don't think you can say that. I mean, to really diagnose someone, and I'm always careful to say I don't do that on my show, because to do that, you have to go through a whole process, psychometrics, extended structured interviews, interview collaterals, things like that. And I'm careful not to assign diagnoses, even in the time that I spend with people.
So 280 characters is definitely not enough.
Yeah, certainly
Not enough.
No.
We want to move
Typically,
on.
you don't even know who wrote it.
We want to move on to talking about the Real Housewives. And we were just talking about whether or not divorce is the same thing as losing a spouse to a death. In your professional opinion, what do you think?
Well, look, there's nothing like the finality of death, of course. But I will tell you that there is research where a lot of people say that it would be easier on them if in a divorce their spouse had just died. Because they say, I wouldn't have to see them with someone else. I wouldn't have to go through all of the drama and the pain of going through the separation and being reminded of it all the time. But that is not when someone loses someone that they love and care about, and we're not having strife. It's when they're like this, and they do have a contentious divorce. Sometimes they say it would have been easier if instead of leaving me for another person, they would have just died.
But you just do me the favor and drop dead.
Exactly.
That's what they think.
So in that instance, they say it would be easier if they just beamed me up, Scotty.
I bet they think that until it happens.
Until it
happens. Then because it's finite, you know, that
Especially
whole,
if you have kids.
That's what I say. I've lost 2 family members in the last month, and you think that you've been there until you know. I lost my older sister, and Robin lost her sister, Cindy, that had the acid attack earlier in her life. And so it's very difficult.
Yeah, it is. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
So who's got the next question, Joy?
Okay. I thought Megan had a question. All right, so Trump's been hosting Macron. Have you been watching the bromance?
Well, I have.
So, you know, sometimes they shake hands for like a half an hour. Trump brushes the dandruff off of Trump like an orangutan does that. It's like, you ever see a Diane Fossey documentary? That's what the monkeys do. They do this, and what's that about? What's going on there?
Joy knows everything about animals, by the way. Animal habits.
The grooming.
That does seem to be a bit of a loaded question.
I'm just saying.
No, listen, it does seem that he is being paternal with him.
Oh, really?
Don't you think?
Well,
I mean,
it looks like a power play to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It looks like a power play. It looks like he's being paternal because he is positioning him, and then he is kind of grooming him.
Yeah, you're grooming him.
And also, it's kind of, I think he's trying to establish a one-up position, a father-son kind of, look, stick with me, I'll take care of you here.
Yeah.
I've got the bigger stick.
Oh, moving on.
You devil.
Now, you have an interesting...
We have children here today.
Yes,
I'm being on
moving
my best
on.
behavior.
You have an interesting show today, and you oftentimes cheer for couples to stay together, but this time you are not doing that.
No, listen, I'm all about unification or reunification. I try to keep families together, not apart, and it's seldom that I say, as I did to this couple, you need to get apart, away from each other before dark today.
Wow.
You need to not stay together. And I mean, do not let the sun.
Than a divorcee, that one?
Well,
maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
he does. I said, you need to get apart before the sun sets today.
Let's
take a
look. Yeah, let's take a look at that.
And what is it about her you love?
I love her personality. I love how she can be sweet, how she looks like an angel and all that. But I also seen another side of her that nobody else gets to see.
Okay, so we've got everybody has pros and cons, right?
That's true.
You know, I've been married 41 years, and, you know, I'm sure Robin has pros and cons for me.
But she never shot you.
But she's never shot me. In fact, she's never shot at me.
There's a weapon involved, Dr. Phil.
I mean, seriously, this couple came on and said, we're engaged, should we get married? Which my answer was, she shot you.
Oh
and he said, well, I know, but she can be sweet. I said, she shot you. And she said, well, do you think he should marry me? I said, you shot him. And he said, well, should I marry her? I said, she shot you. What are we going to do for the next 58 minutes?
So I just have to. Was she cleaning her gun?
Was it an accident?
No, she was emptying her gun. She said she shot him.
But why?
She said she shot him in self-defense. As he was running down the stairs, she shot him in the back of the leg.
So, just real quick, I know someone through someone that this happened to.
She shot him once. She shot him in his head and missed. Shot him in the back of the leg.
I know someone through someone that the same thing happened. They did not stay together.
Wait, before you go, though, we do need an update. Your show made Danielle Bergoli, a.k.a. Cast Me Outside.
Thanks, Dr.
Phil.
Outside,
Right.
Yep. You made her famous for awful behavior. She was, but now she has a record deal under her rap name Bad Baby and a national tour and was just nominated for a Billboard Music Award alongside real artists Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. So, do you regret putting her on TV?
First off, I got two things to say. Number one, I did not make her famous. The Twitter sphere and the internet made her famous. No, I don't regret putting her on TV because when she came on, they had a legitimate problem. We put her in 4 months at a working ranch to get her turned around, and she came out with a really good attitude, and then she went home.
Oh, okay.
So good for her.
Okay.
Well, you're just going to have to wait till the next time Phil comes to
catch him
explain, to
outside.
tell us what happened when she went home. Thank you, Dr. Phil. You catch his show every weekday. Check your local listings. An example, one person who's sticking by him is Kanye West. Now, he's been having a love fest online, posting a photo in a Make America Great Again cap and tweeting that the mob can, not that mob, but I guess the collective mob, can't make me not love him. We're both dragon energy. He's my brother. And so the question is, what do you make of this? Especially after, what was it, 5 years ago, whenever Bush was in, when he said, Bush doesn't like black people because of the way that Bush was taking care of Hurricane Katrina. So I wonder where the balance is, where the differences are.
Well, there are some memes now that say Kanye West doesn't care about black people, with a picture of Bush.
Is Mr. Bush saying that? Is it a meme of Bush?
There's a meme of a picture of Bush, and it says Kanye West doesn't care about black people. But since it's Bring Your Kids to Work Day, I was in the car with my son, and he's like, well, all Democrats, I agree with Chance, all black people don't have to be Democrats. And then he said, maybe what he's talking about in terms of his shoe sales is that he gets a larger percentage of shoe sales. So Gabriel was kind of with Kanye, and then I said, what about Kanye and Trump sharing dragon energy? And then he was like, oh man,
What's dragon energy?
what is that? Yeah, he was done with Kanye at that point. So I'm not sure where Kanye is.
I think he's
on
selling
this.
a book right now, and he's got something. I think this is publicity.
Well, his album is coming out right
his
this
album.
summer. So is
Or
this
he may actually
something?
feel like that. He may actually feel like that.
He's actually a Trump supporter,
Well, he
you
could
think?
be.
He's allowed.
I mean, he could be, but that is, everybody's allowed to change their mind at times. But I found it, given the amount of heat he put on Bush.
Yeah.
I found this to be very interesting because I don't know. I don't see a balance, and maybe Bush didn't have dragon energy.
Yeah, I mean, I think
He also referenced something about Obama, so he has whether his facts are straight or not. I'm
He's talking about Chicago.
Yeah, he was saying that for 8 years Obama didn't do anything about Chicago, so he at least had a train of thought that he was trying to follow.
I think he's in the sunken place. He's in the sunken place. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess we have time.
No,
I just want to say something about this. Obama's job was not to be the president of black people. Okay? That wasn't why he was elected. Obama's job was to be the president of everybody, whether you liked him or not. Okay? So this argument, that's the same argument as he wasn't black enough. But you know what? Every time he said something that had to do with black people, everybody's heads exploded. So make up your mind. Do you want it? And he's not the president anymore. He's not the president anymore. And just not for nothing, a whole lot of people, black, white, Asian, Latino, got health care from this president.
Everyone.